What's going on, y'all? Hair not brushed. Um, Teeth brushed though. But yeah, I'm late doing this, and I just wanted to stay consistent for myself and do what I said I was gonna do. Record myself talking about the artist way. This past week was week 3, recovering a sense of power, and yeah, I think what I'm going to do is just go through the uh, the reflection questions in the back of the book to see what I got. So I did morning pages 6 days, and I would really say 5. Friday I forced them. Saturday I didn't do them at all. Saturday I didn't do anything. I watched TV and sat in silence, and I made music. I made music also. Yeah, I forgot about that. And I said I was going to share myself making music, and I keep forgetting to do it. But I promise in my next video I will. That'll be a part of my creative challenge. But yeah, Saturday I felt like I just rebelled against my internal system. I didn't journal, I didn't do affirmations, I didn't do anything. I just needed a moment and some time to be still. So I took that for myself, and it felt good. It felt good. I actually ended the day just dancing in the house, and that was cool. Cause I feel like I don't get to dance that often. I like to cut a rug every once in a while. I did do an artist date this week. It's been cold as hell out here, actually freezing, so I haven't really been getting outside. But I did take an artist date. I made candles yesterday. It was cool. Like in my building where I live, they have like a lot of like community gatherings, and I wanted to do something creative. I didn't know what I wanted to do this week. Like, I will admit I haven't been focused on artist dates as much. The week's just been busy. The week's been super busy. Good busy though. Like, I've been doing a lot of work creatively for some of the clients I'm working with, but it was a challenge to get an artist date off this past week, just because I was letting the week go by, and Sunday was supposed to freeze, so I didn't go anywhere Sunday. But like I said, I lucked up. I signed up for a class and ended up taking that class. And it was cool. I haven't smelled my candle yet. I'm hoping it smells good. I left it burning, so I'm gonna have to go back and check on it. But yeah, that was fun. I like just creating just to create, and not having to think of where it has to go, what it has to be, and all that bullshit. So it was nice to just take a moment to create. Um, I didn't experience any synchronicity this week, but I definitely explored anger. Um, this week in the book, they talked a lot about anger, and I'm not really an angry person. I don't anymore. I will say anymore. I think when I was younger, I used to be very outwardly expressive with my anger. I used to have a short temper. Like, I just couldn't control it. And being an adult, I guess I know how that feels. So I try to just channel that energy other places. Like, in the days that I did journal this week, I was writing a lot about just shit that was bothering me. Um, some of the work that I'm doing, like the business sides of it, were getting to me a little bit. Just shit going on in the world, like just looking at how chaotic things are and how they impact people around me, and how that energy transfers to me. It was coming out in my morning pages, and I allowed myself to also express it creatively, like with some of the music I was making, and just kind of just letting it be and moving on from it. And as I'm saying this, I'm kind of just I don't really understand how people hold on to anger. I do, but also I don't, because nobody feels it but you. You know, like the times where I've been like really upset about some shit, um, it ain't affect nobody but me. And I guess that's why I do so much work in trying to release anger and not holding on to it. But I had some conversations over the past couple of weeks that I reflected on this week where people's anger showed up as bitterness, and I never want to allow myself to get to that point. And these were creatives. Like, these were creatives I know that felt like they weren't getting recognized, or, you know, shit like that. And yeah, I think I've just gotten to a place in my life where I don't hold on to that shit. Like, I kind of validate myself, and it's a beautiful place to be. I'm not gonna sit up and say I've been here forever, but it feels nice to not look for somebody to give me a pat on the back or tell me I'm doing well or any of that shit. Yeah, that's how I really feel. That's how I really feel about anger. But were there any other issues this week that I consider significant to my recovery? I don't feel like anything. What I do feel challenged in is some of the work that I'm doing. Like I said, I've done this book so many times that, like, I was reading through some of the exercises, like doing a detective work, and there was some that just didn't speak to me in this phase of my life. Like, I'm looking at the question, I am afraid if I start dreaming. Like, I've been a dreamer my whole life. So I don't even know how to answer that question. And I can think of past times where I've like forced an answer, but yeah, I've done a lot of work around being a creative and becoming more free in my creativity. So when I see questions like that, or like fear questions, they don't really speak to me in that way, because I know, you know, even during the times where I didn't know that I was fearless, I am fearless. Shit, that's why I'm doing this every week. Because I don't hold on to fear. And yeah, the more I release it, the more, like, in other spaces of my life, I'm fearless as well. So yeah, a lot of the fear questions didn't resonate with me. I did have a childhood snack. It wasn't like an actual meal, but I had some candy this weekend. Skittles used to be my favorite candy growing up, and look at me now. So yeah, I had some Skittles. Yeah, I'm looking at another question. What makes me feel weird about my recovery? Nothing makes me feel weird about doing this. Like, the process doesn't feel weird to me. So that's why I say a lot of it does feel dated from where I'm at in my journey. And that's something I've been reflecting on a lot. Like, just where am I at with the artist way? And it's a beautiful book, a beautiful process, but I do think about my connection to it right now. Do I still feel connected to it in that way? As I'm going through these weeks, what's been coming up for me is that it might be time for me to essentially create the Mike way of living a free artist life. So I'm gonna do some more exploring with that, see where it takes me, where I go. I'm on this video for myself, holding myself accountable, that next week I will be vulnerable about my creative process and share myself creating something. I don't know if it'll be good or bad, but I'm gonna make a video of myself creating something, because I need to see that for myself publicly. But yeah, that's my 10 minutes. Week 3, recovering a sense of power. This is Mike Brown.